Welcome everyone to iHub Global. Please check the link below for your free hotspot today. Refer some friends, see how much you can earn, and while you're down there, like and subscribe and throw us a comment. Thanks.
Alright guys, in this step we're going to go over how to reserve your free hotspot deployment from iHub Global. And if this is your first time logging into Helium Track, you're going to see quite a bit of information going on here. But if you're a new user, you really just want to focus on getting started here, this box, and we're going to focus down here on reserve your free hotspot on this step. Now, before we jump into this process, I just want to state that every iHub account currently can only reserve one hotspot. Okay, guys? So with that said, let's click on this step right here, and we're going to look at that process. One other thing I want to say before we get started is that not every location is going to be eligible to receive a hotspot. And what I mean by that is that when we submit our addresses here, we're going to run that through our intelligence process. And our intelligence process is either going to tell us if it's eligible or valid placement, or if there's already another live hotspot there, or maybe there's another reserved hotspot close by. And so this way, it's not going to pass the validation. Either way, you will be notified. If it doesn't pass the validation, you're going to be able to go ahead and try another address. Okay? So step one has already been filled out for us with our existing information. And step two, we're going to want to enter our shipping address. This is where we want to reserve the miner to be shipped to. And what you want to do is you're going to start typing in the address that you want for shipping. And you can type in a partial address and click on search. This is going to bring up a list of probable addresses, and you want to make sure that you select the exact address from the list. In this case, this is the address that I do want to reserve. If it doesn't come up in the list the first time, what you want to do is type in more of the address over here, click on search again until you find the exact address. Now, if there's a unit, a suite number, or apartment number, you do want to enter that as well. It's very important that we're able to get the accurate information for shipping and installation. The install address on step 3 is where the miner is actually going to get plugged in, where you plan on installing it, right? So what happens is when you click on this field, we automatically copy over the existing shipping address because very commonly the shipping address and the install address are the same. If they're not the same, you want to go ahead and remove this and do the same process that you did for the shipping address, where you type in a partial address, you click on the search, and then you go ahead and select it from the list. Again, in this case, the install address is the same, and I'm going to type in that suite number, and I'm going to go ahead and check off the terms of service. Now, when I submit this form, again, it's going to submit the address through our validation process, and it's going to let us know whether or not that location is eligible to reserve a hotspot deployment from iHub. And if it's not, you're going to get a message clearly saying that, and you're going to be able to try a different address. If it does pass the validation, we're going to get a success message, and we're going to see that step be completed. So let's go ahead and click on Reserve Hotspot. We see it running through our validation process, and over here we can see that reservation has been saved. We see a green check mark as well over here. And if you actually go ahead and reload the page or refresh the page, you're going to see the address that you have reserved, as well as the ability to change or remove the existing reservation address. So if you click on this and you want to cancel it, for example, or you want to change it to another address, this is how you would do that. And make sure you read the directions as well. All right, guys, that's how you reserve your free hotspot deployment from iHub Global.